What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Monday. This podcast is presented to you by Macy's, our favorite place to shop. You guys know it by now if you listen to this podcast, because we talk about Macy's every single episode. All of our cute sweaters, cardigans, pants, boots, slippers, whatever it may be, we're shopping at Macy's. And especially, oh, there you go, Fran showing off her slippers. Super cute, Fran.
Thank you.
Holiday shopping, tis the season. Like, if you're not on the holiday shopping,
tis the fucking season.
You better get on it, because that means you're delayed. That means you're behind. That means your gifts are going to come late and you're going to be the sucker not giving people gifts at the right time. And you don't want to be that. So go to Macy's.com or go to Macy's.com/chicksintheoffice and you can shop everything that Fran and I have bought recently. Recently, I purchased 3 new pairs of workout leggings because I told myself I'm going to work out. Who knows? Who knows?
Whatever. But you'll look cute. You'll
no
look
matter
cute regardless.
What. Yes, I'm gonna wear the
whether you put them on
clothes
and sit on the couch or
no, I have to fucking work out. That's why I got these leggings. Okay, they're gonna be my motivator. They're gonna get me off the couch. But like Fran said, if not, I'll be looking cute anyway. Thanks to Macy's.com. So make sure you go shop right now.
Yes, absolutely. And like Rhea said, with holiday shopping, don't wait to the last minute, because we have a code right now. And the code only lasts till Wednesday. Chicks for extra 30% off. So use code Chicks for extra 30% off at Macy's, which is amazing. And you want to make sure that you get the stuff now so it comes in time for gift giving and all those kinds of things. So go do that. Start shopping. Rhea, how are you today?
Oh, Fran. Oh my gosh. We really just switched right there. It brought a smile to my face.
You normally ask me how I am, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to beat her to it.
You know what? I'm going to say I'm great this morning. I'm going to just be positive, motivational Monday. Let's get this bread, guys. Let's do this. We're in the final push here. We're almost at the end of 2020. 2021 is near and dear. Will it be better than 2020? Who knows? It could end up being worse, but we're not going to go there right now.
Let's not even put that out there.
Sorry. That's just where the brain goes. But I would like to think it's going to be way better. Think about it. Think about summer 2021. See it in your vision. See it in your future. Plan it out. Say, that's going to be the best summer of my life. I don't even care about winter 2021 or spring 2021. I'm looking all the way ahead to summer 2021. I think it's going to be the best summer of our lives.
Yeah. Well, hopefully by then we can start to get back to normal a little bit. I don't think we're going to be getting there quite at the beginning of 2021. So hopefully by summer things are looking up. I'm with you on that. And yeah, it feels very weird right now, because I feel like I'm going back. Like, it feels like it did almost in the cold months when we couldn't do anything in, like March and April, where then it was like the summer. It was like, okay, at least you can, be outside and sit out, things like that. Now it's like back doing puzzles. That's just where we're at.
Fran, being in New York City during this time, I'm about to lose my mind again. When I was like in my apartment and I was like, oh man, I'm about to lose it. And then it got better for a little bit. I think I'm getting back to that place, because it's just cold outside and we're getting to that just terrible weather. You don't really,
Right. We're hitting that seasonal depression times again. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Add seasonal depression on top of this. It's like we're headed towards dark times, although it's Christmas time. So you know what? We're going to be cheery. We're going to be positive. I tried to Christmas decorate this weekend, went to Target. They had 0 Christmas decorations. 0. Tell me how that works. Couldn't even get a mini tree.
Oh, that's so sad.
I know. So I tried to get in the Christmas spirit, but Target wouldn't allow me to.
You know what you need? You need a Christmas tree smelling candle. I have a couple of them. They are so clutch in the apartment in the like around the holidays, because you get that tree, you get the tree smell, and like it feels very homey, and it's a nice candle, and I highly recommend getting a Christmas tree scented candle. It's very nice and adds to it because I love Christmas music and listening to Christmas music. So that is the one real positive about this time too, is you can just listen to nonstop Christmas music.
True. And watch Christmas movies. That always makes everybody feel better.
Yep.
Or just watch TV in general. I don't stop watching TV. I started rewatching Young and Hungry, which is such an underrated show.
Great show. I love Young and Hungry.
I posted about it on my story and everybody was warning me about the ending. Don't worry, I've seen it before. And I still will continue to watch, even though that and The Society deserve justice on the endings of their shows.
Right. We got hosed. Yeah,
we did, for sure. And I started watching that show on HBO, The Flight Attendant, with Kaylee.
I've heard great things about that.
Yeah, not my favorite, but I'm watching it anyway. I still think it's entertaining enough, and I think it's good. But for an HBO show, I would never think it would be on HBO.
Right.
Like I don't know why.
Well, I feel like with HBO Max now, they're expanding and probably doing shows that might not have made like the HBO cut, but now it's like streaming. So it's like, let's get more on there. Let's get more original content on there. So they're probably trying out a whole bunch of new stuff. I've seen a bunch of HBO shows that for like commercials for, and I've been like, oh my God, what the hell is that? Like, I haven't seen anything about that. So that's very true. Definitely Christmas movie time. I haven't watched The Holiday yet, and I watched The Holiday at least once in the month of December. So definitely gonna have to get my time in for that. Oh God, that just reminded me. I don't know why my brain went to this from The Holiday, but it went to movies, which went to movies I want to watch, which went to A Cinderella Story because of Chad Michael Murray. Chad Michael Murray. Just want to say, could have said it again. We said it last week, but I'll say it again. What an absolute gem. Resharing our videos, told us we asked A+ questions. Just like, Chad, you're the man.
Chad is quite a delight. And I will say,
made my weekend waking up Saturday and seeing that.
It was so nice. And I feel like such a douchebag for the way I was so nervous about Chad prior to the interview. Like, I had convinced you and everybody else that Chad was going to be so mean to us. And he couldn't have been nicer. But sometimes that's the best case scenario, where you like think something's going to go so bad that it just goes complete opposite. And then you're like, oh, okay, well, at least I didn't get my hopes up and it was the opposite reaction.
Yep.
Like French Montana.
Yeah, it always comes back to French Montana.
French Montana has scarred me. He just has scarred me. When I brought up that problem to our booker, when I was like, well, she was like, why would anybody be mean to you guys? And I was like, well, French Montana. And she was like, okay, Rhea, like let's let that one go. Let's get rid of the French Montana fear. That was a one-time thing.
Yeah, it is time we let that one fly away.
And hold it forever in our hearts as well.
Yes. Because the gift of that was that now anytime anyone asks us like, oh, who was your worst interview? We would always be like, oh God, everybody's so great and like bullshit, like whatever. Now we have a clear as day answer. So it's like, that was the gift he gave us. There, the silver lining there.
That's beautiful. So honestly, thank you, French Montana. You've done a lot for this show. We appreciate it.
Exactly. It's a good spin.
Absolutely. I think it's time to get into the topics, Francesca. We have some things to talk about this episode, and we have a great interview with Joshua Bassett from High School Musical, the series.
Yes, I will say, I'm going to throw Noah under the bus. We logged into the Zoom to do the interview, and Rhea and Noah were already in it. And so when I went in, I heard them talking about how to say his name, and Noah was like, "No, we think it's Bassett," and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Guys, I'm like pretty sure it's just Bassett. I don't know." Putting
the double T. I don't know. It's just like doing something to my brain.
It really made me laugh.
Yeah, Noah convinced me it was Bassett, and I was like, Joshua Bassett? That sounds fancy. And then Fran was like, just say Bassett. And then we watched an interview where somebody called him Joshua Bassett. So to be clear, it's Bassett, Joshua Bassett. If you watch High School Musical, the series, then you know him as Ricky. And if you listen to the show, I hope you did watch that because we talked about it for a while and it was very good on Disney Plus. So yeah, we did. We are also going to talk about Miley Cyrus and her commenting on every single TikTok that you will see on the app and her Rolling Stone shoot, which was iconic. Jax and Brittany are not returning to Vanderpump Rules. Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber had to fight somebody off on their Instagram stories that made a video going after Hailey, telling people to bully her and talk about Selena, just a bunch of nonsense. And Shawn Mendes released a new album that Fran very much enjoys. So let's get into it, starting off with Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus has everybody talking this week for multiple reasons. One being that she is commenting on any TikTok that will mention her commenting on it. If you write, hey, Miley Cyrus, name my child by commenting on this, she'll comment, hey, Miley, should I dye? I'll dye my hair brown if Miley comments. Miley comments on it. Miley Cyrus decides my next tattoo if she comments on it. That one really sparked something on TikTok because not only did Miley Cyrus comment on this girl's TikTok, asking her out on a date, saying, get the date and time that we went on our first date. She becomes famous because people are like, oh my God, Miley Cyrus asked this girl on a date. She's so hot, like
beautiful,
whatever, beautiful. People are freaking out over her. People are going crazy for her page. Somebody swoops in and then accuses this girl of being a homewrecker and says that this girl is the reason her and her boyfriend broke up. She hooked up with her boyfriend or something to that effect.
Oh. I didn't even know the
oh my gosh,
I didn't know the lengths of this story.
It's out of control. And then this girl makes a video telling her side of the story, and Miley Cyrus apparently went back and deleted her comment.
Oh shit. Yeah,
because she was now deemed a homewrecker or whatever happened. It was one of the highest.
Wow, what a turn of events.
Yeah, one of the highest highs I've seen on the internet to the lowest of lows. Like, she was up and coming. People were loving her. They're like, oh my God, Miley Cyrus wants to go on a date with you. You need to date Miley Cyrus. You're so beautiful. You're so cool, to, oh my God, you're a homewrecker. Let's destroy her life. Wow. Yeah, it was a wild ride.
I really had only saw the date comment, and I didn't realize that became so extensive. But wow, I mean, you get Miley to ask you out, and then everybody comes out of the woodworks ready to put you on blast. So if all of those things are true, that's very unfortunate. But Miley was making a lot of decisions for people. Like you said, naming babies. She picked California for the name of this girl's baby, and she was like, done. Baby's name's going to be California. I feel like, Rhea, we maybe missed an opportunity here for you to do the tattoo thing. Because if you did a Blunt Thotty TikTok post and Miley picked your next tattoo, that would be pretty sick. Maybe there's still time.
I know. I don't know if she's tired out from all the commenting she's been doing, but I was like, there's no way if I do it, like, she'll comment on mine. You know what I mean? Like, she's commenting on it. There's so many people making videos.
Yes, there are so many people now. Obviously, it's like everybody's doing it to try and get Miley's attention, but you never know because there was really no rhyme or reason on the other like on why she was commenting on certain people's. Like, it just seemed totally random.
The E News one was really funny.
Yes, that was fun.
Oh yeah, E News had to change their bio because they commented if Miley comments, we'll change her bio to whatever she wants. And she wrote, we're sorry for all the shit we said about Miley Cyrus. So then E! News had to put that into their bio. And that was good. That was A+ work by Miley. Yeah, she was making decisions for people left and right. People were dyeing their hair, breaking up with boyfriends, naming their children, tattoos, permanent shit from Miley Cyrus, which I get. Yeah. I totally get that. And then on top of that, she had this Rolling Stone shoot come out where she just let her titties fly. They just were flying and she looked fantastic.
Miley does not give a fuck. And we've said it a billion times before. We'll say it again. Here she is doing what she does. She looks amazing. The pictures are beautiful. And she very much just like owns it, like it's, she totally owns it. It's great to see. And the Rolling Stone, the whole thing is awesome. The article is great. And she seems like she is really loving who she is right now, and also loving like past her, like past, because she kind of talked about how when she was doing like the next album she would always do would be to try and be different than like her previous sound. Like, oh, like after Bangers, like, oh, I gotta do something else. And like after like Meet Miley Cyrus, I gotta do something else. Like all these other things where she had kind of rejected like past versions of herself kind of thing. And now she's very more accepting of all that. And especially with all like the Hannah Montana stuff, she said it's been so cool to see Hannah Montana, who's what seemed like such this larger than life character, influence so many young artists. Like she had talked about Lil Nas X and Troye Sivan, like looking up to Hannah Montana and how she has had to embrace like more of that, being like, fuck yeah, like I am Hannah Montana. So it was really cool. Miley's a fucking beast. So it's just like, I don't know. She just continues to do stuff where it's crazy that like, I feel like she still shocks people, like she still does things that people are like, whoa. And it's like, I mean, come on, it's Miley. This is what she does. And it's awesome.
Right, exactly. I don't know why anybody would still be shocked, even though I still was like, oh my God, Miley Cyrus just posted all her boobs everywhere, but also it's amazing. Like she's such an icon because she's kind of like the Harry Styles thing where she just does what she wants to do, whatever she wants to look like. She'll change her hair all the time. She wears what she wants to wear. 1 second, she went through the bun phase with the cute cardigans and the cute outfits. And now she's going through like a rock and roll phase. It's just whatever she's feeling in the moment she goes with. And I feel like that's the way to live. I feel like whatever you're feeling, just go with it.
Yeah. She also said she's having a lot of FaceTime sex, which, I'm sure people can relate to.
Yeah. I mean, that's the safest way to go right now.
Yeah. Can't be meeting up with strangers.
Yeah. She's got to be careful though. Miley's got to be careful. I'm sure it's with other famous people, but
right. Just the cloud. Yeah.
Just, cameras in general in your phone.
Right.
Maybe.
Right. That's definitely
I don't want to
true.
freak people out, but that's like my paranoia that being naked on my phone camera, like I'm like somebody's watching me besides the person watching me,
That is a very dark way to think about it.
I know. That's
very Big Brother. That's very Big Brother of you.
Who cares at this point, because they're probably watching us from all different angles, right?
Yeah. I mean, hey, you're talking right into your computer camera right now, so
somebody's watching me for sure. Well, did I ever tell you the story about what happened on my sister's laptop?
I don't think so.
I think this is why I have that fear. I was years ago when the Entourage movie came out, I wanted to watch it online illegally when it was in theaters, and I didn't have my own laptop at the time, and I had borrowed my sister's laptop, and I went to a website to watch Entourage, and I clicked on a link that was just, a virus.
Yeah.
And something, I didn't have a Mac laptop at the time, or a laptop in general. I was just using my sister's. So something popped up where it looked like it was from Apple, and I didn't know any better. I didn't have a Mac, and I clicked it, and I followed through with all the instructions. And then I got on the phone with somebody, actually spoke to them, and they told me what to do, and they guided me through everything on the laptop. And then they got into the laptop, opened up photo booth, and opened up the camera and started taking pictures, snapping photos on the photo booth. And I was like, I shut the laptop immediately, hung up the phone. Obviously, I ran downstairs, told my dad what happened. He was like, are you a fucking idiot?
Yeah.
Everybody knows not to press that. And I was like, I don't have a Mac. I don't know. It's an Apple computer. I didn't want to break it. I was so nervous. And then it was a whole big thing. My sister's like, all her password, her credit cards are on there, whatever. But
yes. So yeah, I was gonna say like that's just straight up handing someone your identity. Like, please,
I was literally like, you have it all. They were like, this girl's my so identity. No, they're like on the other line. They're like, this girl's so fucking stupid. Opening up the photo booth to like look at what I look like because they had my computer screen. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we're on the phone. They don't know what I look like. All of a sudden, I'm like fucking, hey, like just me trying to watch the Entourage movie in bed like a creep. So creepy. So yeah, that's where that fear comes from.
Very legitimate. Very legitimate. I think that counts. Wow, I did not know that story. And yeah, that is just handing over your identity on a silver platter.
Oh my God, I don't click on anything now.
Yes,
I am extra
right. The right thing to do is do not click on
You know why? I clear out my history every time I close my phone.
Yeah.
I'm like...
Yeah, well, you've had some hacking situations.
But anyways, FaceTime sex, it's safe. You're good, guys. Everybody do it.
Yes. If you're looking for some quick, easy, delicious food delivered right to your door, we have the best option for you. Daily Harvest is so amazing. It's just like, if you have those long days, sometimes you're working all day, you forget to eat, you need a snack, you're just like, oh God, I don't want to order in again, but I can't cook. This is a dilemma I have all the time. Like, oh God, should I order in again? Probably not. Can I cook anything? Also no. So Daily Harvest, that's where Daily Harvest comes in so clutch. They deliver delicious foods built on organic fruits and vegetables right to your door. It only takes a few minutes to prepare, and I never have to question if the food I'm eating is good for me. They never use preservatives, added sugar, or artificial ingredients. They work directly with farms to freeze their ingredients at peak ripeness to lock in nutrients and taste. They really do. Like, their smoothies are so good. And when I open the smoothie container and see all the fruit in there, it just looks so fresh, so amazing. I love their smoothies, but they got tons of options. Smoothies for breakfast, flatbreads for lunch or dinner, and comfort food for when the weather starts to cool down. Like, it's getting cold now. So we got the harvest bowls, the hearty soups. Their soups are absolutely delicious. You guys know that we are a soup podcast. We love our soup. Daily Harvest has great options. And like I said, the smoothies, so good, so perfect for breakfast, so easy. Everything stays fresh in your freezer until you're ready to enjoy it, helping you reduce food waste. Daily Harvest is also committed to minimizing their environmental impact. They're in the process of transitioning to 100% recyclable, plant-based, and renewable fiber packaging, which is great. I know sometimes you get a lot of food deliveries and it's just like a lot of stuff that you have to throw out. Daily Harvest is doing a great job minimizing that. Daily Harvest makes it easy to eat clean, undeniably delicious food no matter what your day brings. Keep it simple with Daily Harvest. Go to dailyharvest.com and enter promo code CHICKS to get $25 off your first box. That's promo code CHICKS for $25 off your first box at dailyharvest.com. dailyharvest.com.
It appears that Jax Taylor and Brittany will not be returning to Vanderpump Rules. What will happen now with Vanderpump Rules is the question.
The answer is end the show. I don't really know. I don't really know why they are even pretending like they can continue the show. First of all, just from a not even like a cast standpoint, when are they going to be able to film? When are like their restaurants are closed? I think I don't even know if like those restaurants are still open right now. Places have been closed. And, you know, how do they handle filming after this or what in the restaurants and just like the rules and what's going to happen, you know? So it could be a pretty long time. On top of that, so many people are now gone that it seems like this just needs to come to an end. Like people maybe can get their own spin-off shows if that's what they want. But it doesn't seem like there's any reason to continue Vanderpump Rules the way that it was. And, you know, TMZ had said that Jax and Brittany were fired or whatever. And, you know, they had posted that they were leaving. So Jax wrote, "The last 8 years on Vanderpump Rules have been some of the most challenging, rewarding, and fulfilling years of my life. Although this is difficult to share, Brittany and I will not be returning for another season of Vanderpump Rules. We are excited to take this time to focus on our growing family and share with you our new endeavors." He wrote that, Vanderpump castmates will always remain close to our hearts. Thank you to all the fans who have shared our journey with us and supported us through everything. We love you. Stay tuned. We can't wait to share what we have planned. Have a great weekend. And then, he was commenting back to people. It seems like they might already have something in the works or some ideas that they might be doing some kind of baby situation but he said it's time to move on. It doesn't make sense anymore to continue to do the show with the family life that they're starting. And it makes sense. Like, hey, like they might be on a different path where it's like, hey, we're parents now. Let's set a good example. We don't need to be getting into like bar fights or anything crazy.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it's time for it to come to an end. I think Vanderpump Rules had its run. It had amazing seasons. It was a really entertaining show on Bravo. One of the best to ever do it. One of the best reality shows by far. I think, though, yes, it unfortunately has reached its point. Every show is going to come to an end. We saw that with Keeping Up with the Kardashians. We thought, hey, this show's going to go on forever. Even they're ending their show. It's time to make room for new shows to come in. There's always going to be the next Jax Taylor and Brittany. There's always going to be new reality stars waiting at the front of the line to make their way into the restaurant, become a server, and then be on some show. Like, I feel like they can continue Vanderpump Rules in a different way, in a different setting. Yeah. But I feel like this entity of Vanderpump Rules is over. Like it's done for. Who even knows what's going on with Lisa Vanderpump? I feel like she's had a rough few years. I feel like it would probably be in her best interest to not do a reality show anymore either. And I think that for Jax and Brittany, and this is the question remaining here, do you think that Vanderpump didn't offer them the next season, or do you think they quit?
I'm actually gonna say that I think there was some kind of mutual agreement here. I do not that necessarily they were fired, but maybe I don't know. Maybe there's just too many unknowns. And Bravo didn't really know what was going on either. And they didn't really know what was going on. And we're just like, maybe this is best for us to step away at this time. I find it hard to see Jax walking away from like a show that pays him. So right. That's where I was like, I'm kind of shocked that this was really their decision. But the way they explained it definitely makes sense. And also, I think maybe if they have something down the pipeline that's like already possibly lining up for them, then it does make sense. Maybe they've got some kind of like mommy's deal going. Everybody's pregnant. Everybody's having babies on that show. So maybe they do some kind of baby spinoff situation or some kind of whole different, like more family oriented type of deal. Because look, and we talked about this so many times with Vanderpump Rules. It was so unique in that they found a group of people that at the beginning of the show were all originally connected in some way. Like it wasn't a cast of random people that had been curated for this show that became friends because of the show and not for other reasons. Like they had that established relationship, which is why the show was so, so good. And which is why it has felt kind of forced with these newer people newer castmates that they bring in, and they try to act like they're real servers and real friends with everybody, when yes, maybe they become friends once the show starts, but like that, I don't know, the authenticity isn't quite there. So they got to just totally rebrand. It's got to be something else. They can maybe do something else in the restaurant world. I know that apparently Faith has been shopping around a Vanderpump-esque reality show as well, where like Faith is kind of like the Lisa Vanderpump in the situation. And I believe, like, I did see a headline that said like Maria Menounos and her husband signed on to like produce this show or something or make the show. So I don't know. There's plenty of other like reality shows that can come from this, but I would not be surprised if there is some baby spin-off show for all of these people.
I agree, but also what happens now with Stassi, considering she was fired off Vanderpump? Would another Bravo show pick her up now, or would she be left out of the equation?
I don't know. That's a great question. From what I believe, it was like you're fired from Vanderpump. I don't really know if that means she's blacklisted from ever being on a Bravo show again. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But even if they take this somewhere that's not Bravo.
Right, that's true. I feel like they could potentially just take some time off, you know, be pregnant, have your baby, and then once they get settled in that role, people would still be interested if they came back around a few years from now and they were like, oh, look, you know, their kids are growing up. They're still babies, but they have families. Yeah. And I think people would still be interested, but I think it would be all in their best interest if they just chilled out for a little bit, did some other side projects. We know they're going to do that anyway. That's what reality stars do when they're not on the shows. So I feel like no Vanderpump Rules is not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, because right now, if it continues, it's basically the Tom and Tom show. Like, that's it. You know, you got Tom and Tom, Katie and Ariana and Sheena. And Lala, too. But I just feel like it is moving in such different directions. Like, the connecting pieces just aren't there anymore.
Yeah, and I feel like that will cause a rift in the friend group if some continue, some don't. You know, why not be all or nothing at this point?
Yeah. And I see them cutting stuff out or not including some things because they're all still friends. So it's like, okay, how do you film around these people who are not on the show if they're at these events? You would know, the whole thing I feel like is now very complicated, and it would just be best to call it a day. They had a great run. It was like you said, fantastic reality show, and just that's the end. Like I said, had a good run. Let's start over with something new. Justin and Hailey reposted this story on Instagram last week. Hailey was doing a Instagram Live, and it appeared that a girl on the World Wide Web was ready to attack Hailey's live, like bombard the live. It was like a call to action. Hey, everyone go to Hailey's live and shit on Hailey and talk about Selena being better and how Justin should be with Selena, the whole 9 yards. Justin or Hailey or both of them, who knows who found it first, saw the video. Justin posted it on his story, and he wrote, "This sad excuse of a human just encouraged people on video to literally go after my wife, telling people to say that my previous relationship was better, so on and so forth. It is extremely hard to choose the high road when I see people like this try and rally to gather people to bully the person I love the most in this world. It is not right." He also posted he said he wouldn't let the fans' actions, quote, steal my joy. Then he wrote, "After watching that, I could easily let it steal my joy, but then I think about her life and how miserable she must be to want to spend her life trying to make others feel small. The lesson here is she's the one missing out." And then he asked, lift us up in prayer. And Hailey had reposted as well and, screenshotted it and posted it. And also wrote something herself along the lines of, how much of this can I continue to take without saying something? She's like, normally she tries to not comment on things like this, but when it gets to be so intense, it's hard not to. And she's taken the high road and was like, wish this girl the best and have a nice life, sending you love and light and happiness and, the whole 9 yards. But it was crazy that they saw this video or posted it, but this set them off big time.
Yeah, this is insane that people are still doing this. I mean, it's been 2 years at this point that Justin and Hailey have been married and they've been together for longer than that. I don't know how people are still hung up on Selena and Justin, even though Selena wants nothing to do with Justin as well. It's not even like Selena's crying about Justin. They both want nothing to do with each other at this point, from as far as we know, out what they're displaying to the public. And it's not like this girl who made a video knows any more than what we do. So it's just strange behavior. It's really, really weird. And I think what's funny and ironic about it is that this woman who made this video, she probably, after seeing Justin and Hailey's responses to it, probably was crying and was so upset and couldn't believe that they were posting this or whatever it may be. Meanwhile, it's exactly what she was trying to do with Hailey. You know what I mean? Except they're right because they're publicly shaming somebody who's like trying to attack Hailey Bieber. Whereas this woman who has no attachment to Justin and Hailey is just like, it's just very strange. It's really weird. Like when you really think about this, it is extremely weird that people get this attached to celebrity couples and are like, oh my God, you need to be together. If you're not together, I'm going to go bully the shit out of the person you're with. It's weird. It freaks me out that some people are like built this way.
It is very, very, very bizarre. And you have to feel for Hailey because this must happen so much. Like they clearly see a lot. I think Justin and Hailey look at a lot more on the internet than we think. Sometimes you're like, they're celebrities. They don't actually like see all of this stuff. But I really think that they do see a lot of it. And I think that Hailey is very in tune with the internet. And I feel like Hailey is seeing what's going on. I mean, hey, Hailey posted on her Instagram that she knows who runs the Dumois Instagram account. So like Hailey's got her fucking, what's the phrase? She's got like her ear to the ground.
Ear to the curb.
Yeah. Like she knows what's going on. She knows the ins and outs and what's happening. And if, she's seeing these things where still years have gone by and they're trying to hurt Hailey's career. And because, this was an Instagram live that was definitely some kind of ad deal situation or whatever. So it was like a business thing. And still doing that where also, like you said, Rhea, in the name of Selena Gomez, where like Selena wants her name out of this. Like that's what's more crazy to me, that if these people are mega Selena Gomez fans, that they don't respect what Selena has asked them to do so many times. And it's like to just leave her out of like all Justin and Hailey stuff. Like let Selena live her own life, let Justin and Hailey live their own life, and just like don't have to talk about them all together anymore.
Right. These people treat celebrities like they're a plot line in a movie. Like if they're not happy with the outcome, they are causing major outrage as if it's a movie that they didn't like
it's
or a
fictional,
TV show they didn't like or a book they didn't like. And they're like, we hate the ending. And it's like, wait, they're actually human beings and they've just decided that this is the way they want to go, you crazy lunatics. Like it's really strange behavior. And I do feel for Justin and Hailey because I feel like that's so incredibly hard to go through. And as much as they are celebrities and they're rich and they're famous and people believe that rich and famous people can't have any issues, like there's very much some problems. And that's like a huge part of it, just getting absolutely destroyed by people at all times, trying to like ruin your life for no reason.
Yeah. It makes me think that it does happen so often. And this time around, it was like, all right, we normally hold back, but we got to say something for this one because it is really crazy. So Justin and Hailey are making this work. Like they love each other. So it's just like, leave them alone. It's just really, it's like you said, crazy lunatics. I don't know what is going through these people's brains that they think this is a good idea.
And like I said, they're probably crying their eyes out now. Like this woman who made this video is probably sobbing.
Or not. Like they might be so
happy that they got
that they got the attention.
No,
maybe
because they can't take the heat unless you're crazy. Like that documentary of the guy who killed cats, and then when he got arrested, he was so excited because he's always wanted to be famous, and he was like, "Oh, whatever, like I'm famous now." I feel like these people they preach kindness and then they do the exact opposite. Like you
Right.
see that on the internet a lot, like people who are really mean and then you click on their bio and it's like, be kind. And you're like,
Yeah.
wait, what? Somebody was trolling me the other day and I clicked their bio and it was or something and it was like, treat others how you want to be treated. And I was like, all right, but you're a fucking ugly
Yeah.
douchebag because that's how you treat me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy what people will get like dish out, not thinking that it can come back to them, you know?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying with this woman. Like she probably thought, oh, they won't
Yeah.
see this. We're going to plan an attack. Justin and Hailey will never know. And
Call
then it
to
just,
action.
oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
fuck those
Well,
people.
Justin and Hailey really let the world know how they feel about it. And hopefully people are nicer to them, because it's just like, what are they
They're a
doing
great
to you?
couple. These
What are
two
they
are
doing to
making
you?
it. Said it from the beginning.
Selena's
Justin and
fine.
Hailey. Yeah, she
Selena's
seems
doing
like she's okay.
just fine.
She has a kidney.
Yes.
I don't know if you could put that in there, Noah, but you can. If you listen to the last episode, you get it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's time to let it go. Shawn Mendes released his new album, Wonder. I know we've spent a lot of time talking about Shawn Mendes recently with the documentary and now the album and everything. I just gotta say, I really enjoyed the album. And after the documentary and the album, it is clear as day that Shawn Mendes loves Camila Cabello more than anything on this planet. And I would not be surprised if, like, they're both so young, but like, I would not be surprised if they're just like, fuck it. Like, we're getting married, we're having babies. Like, he has these songs that are like, I know it might be moving kind of quick, but I love you. Like, let's move in together. Like, I think, it seems like maybe they've moved in together, or like 24 hours is the song where it's like, let's get the keys. People might think we're moving fast, but like, let's do this thing. So they're moving full speed ahead.
Listen, I think that this is great for Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello, especially the music. They seem so happy. This is going to sound fucked up, but if it all goes wrong, we then get a great breakup album from Shawn Mendes. He's giving us happy, lovey-dovey songs right now. If he gets his heart broken, we're going to get a masterpiece album from Shawn Mendes. I'm not rooting for that. I'm just pointing that out there.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely would not sound like this album. And from the documentary, you could kind of sense that he's like, yeah, I literally write every song about her. Like, and when you listen to this album, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, every song is, a lot of them, song, like just the names, Always Been You, Piece of You, Can't Imagine, like they're very,
oh my gosh.
To top it all off, they also have a holiday deluxe version of the album where you can get the Christmas song sung by Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello. So they're just, it's magical. The album is great. And look, I know. I really loved Wonder, like the song Wonder, so much when it came out. I know I've said that a billion times on this show already. So I had high hopes for this album, and I really liked it. I did. Shawn Mendes is very soothing.
Yeah, he's not like my preferred music taste, but I wouldn't say that doesn't mean I don't like it or think it's bad. It's just not what I would go to listen to over and over again, but I definitely thought it was good.
Yes. And I know Shawn Mendes and John Mayer are friends, and John Mayer is like the god to Shawn Mendes. But when John Mayer is like, well done, great album, then you did a good job. That's how I felt with Halsey. Like when John Mayer was like, this Halsey's album is incredible. Like, yes, Halsey's album was incredible. That was my like number one played album all year when I looked at my Apple Music. I know everybody's got the Spotify Wrapped, and I got to go look at my Apple Music replay. But that Manic was my number one album that I listened to the most.
I'm pissed because I had to split my year because I did use Apple Music, and then when all that hacking happened, I then switched to Spotify. So I don't even trust my Spotify Wrapped, and I can't even go back and look at my Apple Wrapped, so
See, that
it's a wash for me
last
this year.
year, like right before 2020 started, I was like, right when January 1st hits, I'm switching to Spotify, so I know the whole year just for Spotify Wrapped.
Oh, wow, Noah.
Yeah,
Getting
I just
ahead of
wanted
the
to know.
game. That's smart. That is smart.
That is very interesting. I mean, my top artists are just like it's so typical. It's really what I listen to. Like I'm just like a sucker for pop music. Like could be like a 16-year-old girl. Taylor Swift, Kygo, Halsey, Selena Gomez, and the Jonas Brothers, obviously.
That makes so much sense. That makes so much sense.
So much sense. If you switched out like Kygo, like if Miley's album came out earlier in the year and like maybe Miley would have slid into that Kygo spot, it's like, I mean, I know Halsey is not exactly Disney Channel, but it's straight up Disney Channel. Like,
right. I actually loved Halsey's album. Friend, I love that your music makes so much sense for you and mine made so much sense for me. It was like, and I don't know if it's completely accurate, like I said, because I switched halfway, but it was like Harry Styles, and then it was like Lil Uzi Vert, A$AP Rocky, Travis Scott, and Drake. And I was like, okay, I gotta do something about this, because I'm like that basic white girl that's like listening to all these rappers and like Harry Styles. Like that's just.
Yeah. It's to be honest, I'm a little pissed that Harry Styles wasn't on there. I'm like, what? How is that possible? But I think I just listen to so much Jonas Brothers that sometimes like when I'm just like, oh, I'm getting ready and let me put on, like, it's always normally just like my Jonas Brothers playlist. And I listen to.
Wait, were the Jonas Brothers not on your list?
Me?
Yeah.
No, they were. They were. And
if the Jonas Brothers is not in Friends Wrapped every single year going forward, I'm going to call her fake fan. Yeah, I think it's in there every year.
And they didn't even really have a ton of new stuff come out this year, so that's even more telling. But I mean, Folklore I listened to a bajillion times, so that also makes a lot of sense. The Rolling Stone said that was the number one album of the year. Not shocking, but
makes sense.
Not shocking at all. Makes sense.
We're about to get into our wonderful interview with Joshua Bassett from High School Musical, the series. But first, I want to talk about Hard Candy, our absolute favorite makeup brand right now. We wear it every single day. I wear my combination lip crayon volumizing lip serum every day. I love it. And I'm wearing the eyeshadow today. I'm feeling this look. All Hard Candy products are 100% cruelty free, and they're available at Walmart and walmart.com. You just search for Hard Candy Cosmetics. They also debuted a whole new line of hybrid formulas that help prep, prime, and create endless makeup looks. All formulas are skin caring, color daring, professional quality for under $10. I think that's my favorite part about Hard Candy, is that everything is under $10, so it's super affordable. You're not breaking your wallet with this. I know that with some makeup brands, you end up spending like $40, $50 sometimes, and you know what? You just don't have to do that with Hard Candy Cosmetics. So go to walmart.com/hardcandy and get some Hard Candy for yourself. We are here with special guest Joshua Bassett from High School Musical, the series. He plays Ricky. You all know how much we love this show because we are huge fans of High School Musical in general, and we really loved High School Musical, the series. Seriously, we were like obsessed with it. So welcome to the show, Joshua. It's great to have you.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, we'll give you a little background because we're like peak High School Musical age, like High School Musical. Sure. Rhea says like High School Musical defined like her childhood.
Absolutely. It really did. My first concert was High School Musical.
My first musical was High School Musical when I was 8. So I'm sure I've said it in like 1,000 interviews, but yeah, it's definitely
exactly. So it's all there for us. So when we saw that they were, making your show, we were like, oh boy, like, let's hope that they don't like ruin High School Musical. And we, after the first episode, Rhea and I were texting with each other and we were like, oh my God, this is so good. Yeah, we're so happy.
We had guys in the office here be like, I can't stop watching. Like with their friends, they were like, we're hooked into this show. But I want to know your reaction to when they announced the series coming out, and also how you got involved with the audition process.
Yeah, so a while ago they were doing the High School Musical 4. I don't know if you remember that, but they had these big auditions in LA, and they like we're like, everybody come. So my mom was like, we got to go. And I was like, probably 14. And I was like, I don't know. And she was like, let's just go. So we waited in line for like 6 hours, never heard the thing or whatever. And then years later, this sort of came up. And to be completely honest, I was like, you're kidding me. I was like, no way. I'm not auditioning for that. This is not happening. No way. And my manager was like, come on, like, you got to do it. Just do me a favor, please. She normally doesn't do that, but she's like, just do this one. Just do it for me. And I'm like, fine. So I went and auditioned. And then after my audition, they sent me the script. And I remember just reading it in like a Starbucks. And immediately I was like, oh my God. I was like, I have to be a part of this in any way I can. So from then on, I just fell in love with it. And I think that that just shows how brilliant the writing is by Tim Federle, because again, once I read the script, I was completely sold. And honestly, it wasn't a bad thing that people were hating on it, because I think when the announcement came out, everyone was like, screw that, that's going to be terrible. And I understand. But then once the trailer came out, I think everyone was like, oh, what? So I think that sort of like buzz around it ended up working in our favor. But that's only because the show is as good as it is, I think.
Yeah, sometimes when there's a lot of hype around something, it's usually like the opposite reaction where people, they don't like live up to the expectation or whatever. So it was almost like you exceeded the expectations and beyond it, because it was a really, really good show.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. It has to be like the underdog.
Yeah. And you guys are all incredibly talented. It's unbelievable. Like the entire cast, and I'm excited to see more of the show, because I feel like every single cast member is so insanely talented, and you don't even like get to see fully everybody's like full talent. You watch, not that I did this, but you watch like all these YouTube videos of you guys like doing interviews and everything. And like, they're like, oh, sing this, oh, dance this, oh, sing this. And everybody just crushes it always. What's it like working with that cast and just being surrounded by all these incredibly talented people?
It is the coolest thing in the world when like every day you find out a new hidden talent about people. Like, for example, Matt all of a sudden, like 6 months into filming, drops in that he played violin for like 5 years when he was younger. And I'm like, what? Like all these different people have all these different talents. So I think that's something that Tim really has been taking advantage of in season 2. And that's why I'm excited for. Who's this?
My dog is, literally my dog pushed my door open and jumped on the bed and is now just trying to get me to.
He's like, I need Joshua.
Yeah. Hi, buddy.
Trying to get me to pay attention to her, but hopefully she just sits. Yep. Nope. She's good. Now she's just laying down. Go. All right. Yeah.
That's adorable. I made my day.
Oh, good.
But I totally lost. What was I talking about? I love
everybody who's so talented on the. Yeah.
No, yeah. It's just like it's a crazy talented cast, and honestly, Disney's getting a little too comfortable with that, because there's times where they just throw stuff at us. They'll be like, we need you to perform this like tomorrow. And we're like, okay. Or like, I'll show up to set and they're literally like, you're playing the guitar today, right? And singing the song. And I'm like, what? Nobody told me that. So I have to like learn a song by ear. They don't give me the chords. So sometimes they're very proactive about that. But yeah, they definitely like rely on our ability to sort of adapt and just throw things at us at all times.
Yeah. And did you guys know that you would be writing music and actually having a say in the songs that come out? Because you and Olivia, you wrote a song together. You wrote a song for the holiday special that's coming up, right?
Yeah. So they basically like, no, go ahead.
No, I mean, that's insane, because I feel like usually with a show like High School Musical, the musical, they have writers for all that. They're like, we're going to write the music. You guys just sing what we tell you to sing. And you're not really going to have a say in the creative process. Yeah. But I think it's amazing that they actually let you guys have a say.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, that was like in my last audition, I think I did 3 total. It was in front of all the Disney executives. And, Tim was basically like, hey, I just want to let you know, like we looked at your Instagram. He saw a couple of the songs that I'd written and posted, like Common Sense, like some old songs that I posted. And he was like, we would love if you would give it a shot to like write for the show. And I'm like, what? Like that was just a bananas concept to me. I was like, are you okay? Sure. But yeah, so right off the bat, there was like that idea. And so when it came around to like us actually writing, that was a truly magical experience. And the fact that they even again trusted us season 2 to be like, yo, we want you guys to write again for the show, I think is a huge honor and so unheard of and still doesn't really make sense to me. But yeah, it's pretty nuts. But the cool thing too is like for Just for a Moment, for example, in season 1, the way it works is like it's kind of a blind listening process. So they had us write the song, and then we had demo singers sing it. And then all the Disney executives pick after like listening to 6 demos. So that way it wasn't like, because, you know, they didn't know if we were going to suck. So basically they all listened to it, and it was a unanimous vote having no idea that we'd written it for Just for a Moment. So that was kind of cool that we got it by them actually liking the song versus them being like, we'll throw them a bone. Like, let's give them this one. So that was pretty neat.
That's awesome. It's a great song. You and Olivia are so great, and you have like the chemistry in the show is so fantastic. How is it like off, you know, is she one, like how close are you guys? I just feel like you guys are like best friends now.
Yeah, totally. I mean, we're very close. I think we, you know, it was kind of cool when they approached us to write that song together. Like we just spent like every hour on and off set, like either sending each other ideas, or like when we were on set, anytime we were playing, I would have my guitar, or there's like always a piano around. So we definitely spent a lot of time together. And yeah, I mean, she's really wonderful, and she's definitely a homie for sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And you obviously are like the Troy Bolton, Zac Efron role in the show, right? And see, now you make that face, and I was going to ask, does it annoy you or bother you at all when people say that, or are you kind of honored, or a little bit of both?
I mean, it's like, of course, that's not a bad comparison. Like I would gladly be compared to Zac Efron. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't bother me. I think it was a little bit frustrating trying to explain to people the show, because it was like, it's such a bizarre concept if you haven't seen it. Like it really is like, it doesn't make a lot of sense. But I think once people saw the show, like it's its own thing. I mean, that's kind of how it is with everything. Tim made a good point that like when you're trying to sell something, you have to compare it. People like to compare things to things that they know. And so it's natural for people's instinct to be like, oh, I associate them with this. They're like this. But then obviously as they get to know you, they become like, you know, you become your own thing. And so it's not a bad comparison. And yeah, I'm totally cool with it.
Yeah. It was one of those things where I think a lot of people were like, what's even asking us, like, what's the concept of the show? Like, are they all just playing the same characters? And it was almost like you had to say, you just have to watch it, because
For sure.
you have to watch it to understand it. We are absolutely dying for season 2, and we appreciate that we're getting some content from you guys. This holiday special is coming out December 11th. I watched the trailer, and I gotta say, everybody said that you're the naughty one of the group. What's up with that?
I don't know. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? I was like, I don't know. Yeah. What are you gonna do? I guess I screw around.
Are you the bad boy on set?
I don't really know. I guess so. I mean, the worst thing I do is I just fart all the time. But like other than that, I'm like, I don't know what else for our team. I don't care. I'm like, I actually made it into the blooper reel we had because we were doing a very intimate scene and just couldn't wait. But yeah, I don't really know why, but you know, I get it, I guess.
It's not a terrible thing to be labeled. People like a bad boy, so it is what it is. You're like, you might as well accept it. It is what it is.
Yeah, you're right. I'll take it with love. I think they mean with love.
Exactly.
How was making this holiday special? What can you tell us about it? Because it looks like it'll just get everyone in the holiday spirit.
Yes, I'm very excited for people to see it. We were able to all watch it as a cast, socially distanced, of course, once we got back to Salt Lake City. But I think the coolest part about it is that you really get to know more about each person, not their character, because we're not playing a character. We are ourselves in the special, and I think that people are going to really love that sort of refreshing twist to it. You know, we got to learn about our home lives and, you know, our sort of Christmas traditions, but also like I'm telling you, every number is. Am I allowed to cuss on this?
Yeah, sure can.
This is not the worst thing I've ever said, but every number is kick ass, and I think people are gonna like absolutely fall in love with. I know, right? Wow, big
mild thing.
Josh,
I know.
Josh, that was really cute.
I can turn.
That was really cute.
If you want, I am the bad boy apparently.
Listen.
So.
People might need it because they're listening to me and they're like, that was so pure compared to what.
Yeah.
That is so funny too. That like after all that, say I'm on the naughty list, I'm like, can I say ass?
Yeah.
So please use butt, okay?
Yeah. It's a kick butt episode. No, but I think people are just gonna love it. And Tim is his directing debut, and I think that There's so many magical special moments, and it's so diverse too. Like the different numbers and dances that we do, it's so fun. It's so fun.
That's really
and exciting. It's just one step closer to season 2. And there's a sneak peek too that I think you guys are gonna love.
Yes, we love a sneak peek. Although I get upset that I'm gonna have to wait like another year, right, to see season 2.
I wouldn't say a year. No, I honestly have no idea. But I would definitely not say a year. I think it'll tide people over just enough.
Yeah. Are you filming right now?
We are filming right now. Yes, I'm currently in Salt Lake City, Utah. We're just finishing everything out. It was so strange too when everything got shut down, because we just, we all got together and they were like, okay, we're going to be going home for 2 weeks. And I'm like, okay, cool. But then at the same time, like Disneyland was closed. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, Disneyland isn't closed for nothing. So it's just like, it's been taking forever to get back, but I'm so happy to be back in this weekend.
Yeah. I gotta say, we were both, when production on shows started to shut down and take breaks, we were both very worried. like you have all your shows that you're like, oh God, they're not going to come back for so long. And then we were both like, oh no, what about High School Musical, the musical, the series? Like we've been waiting for so long. So we're very honestly, happy.
Yeah. Josh, these girls need to get a life. They like this show
no, it's
too
great.
much.
No, it's a great show. I mean, I get it, but honestly, this is gonna be so whatever. The biggest bummer for me is for season 2, and this is like a normal trend, is like I like was really like going to the gym like a lot, and I was like, I knew that I was gonna have like shirtless scenes in season 2, so I was like, okay, I gotta like get ready for this stuff. And then I'm like, I'm going. And literally the day before I had a shirtless scene when I was like in the peak shape of my entire life, the day before is when we shut down. And then mid-pandemic, after I've like completely fallen off, can't go to the gym, just eating garbage, Tim's like, okay, we're gonna have you and Matt take off your shirts in the holiday special. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So I was pretty disappointed by that, but we got back now that I'm able to go back to the gym. So anyway, that was the biggest bummer for me.
That's a hilarious
work for nothing.
Hilarious problem to have, but also very relatable. I feel like a lot of people, when they were like doing something right before it shut down, then it was just like downhill.
I feel like everyone was in their groove, and then
everyone was set back, maybe in different ways. Like not all of us have shirtless scenes to worry about, but that's
yeah. Well, everybody has their own version of that, right? So Josh, you I think your story is really cool just because you have 5 sisters, right? Like you are the only boy, which I love because I feel like boys who have sisters just are the best because they get it. They understand it a little bit more. Like I have a brother and a sister. So he has 2 sisters. So like we always not gang up on him, but it's like, you're a sensitive soul. You have 2 sisters. Like how was it growing up with 5 sisters?
Yeah, it was definitely like 1 versus 5. So like I'm very, very good at like arguing with people, like, which is probably not the best trait, but I mean, yeah, I think that it just like, I really do say this all the time that like I am, they say you are your 5 closest friends. And I was homeschooled with my 5 sisters. So I really feel like I can accurately look at like myself and like there's a part of me, a part of each sister in me, I think. And that's like because I'm second to youngest. So I just think that I was so blessed to grow up with 5 sisters. And I honestly, people are like, didn't you wish you had a brother? And I'm like, I didn't really think about it. I mean, my little sister was basically like my little brother. Like she was a tough one, but yeah, I mean, it was great. And also like it was great for creativity. We would always like make things. And anytime like we had downtime, we would like write, shoot, and edit and watch like a film every day. Like we just had actors to like work with. And so like, that was really great. Even when I was like 10 or 11, just to like, be able to get creative and have fun with them or roller skating, whatever we did, we had a ball every day.
Yeah. You probably learned a lot from them. I'm thankful for my older sister. I feel like she taught me a lot. I'm always like, you taught me like how to be cool. So thank you.
For sure. I mean, yeah. And I was also like a very, very emotional kid. Like very like to the point where it was a little much, and like people would get mad at me because it was like, and I had a really rough like phase when I was like 11. I was like, every night I would go home like, just don't cry tomorrow. Do not cry tomorrow. And then the next night I'd be like, I cried, damn it. I'd be like, what? Of course I didn't say damn it when I was 11, but I was just like, I know the worst word I could say again. I'm really, really potty mouth on this podcast, but anyway, yeah, I definitely. But then again, like when I was like 6, I still have a vivid memory of like all my sisters being in my older sister's room and me like wanting to come in to like lock the door. And so then I like cried and ran to my mom. I was like, Mom, they're not letting me play Lula's Pet Shop. And then my mom would like drag me in there and they'd be like, you got to play with your brother. And then as soon as she leaves, they'd be like, well, we don't even want to play anymore. And then everyone would leave. And I'd be like, it was devastating. But yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
Look,
It probably made you a little tougher in the end. Like you were emotional.
Yeah.
And it was like, all right, tough love.
Right, for sure. And I think that that's another thing too, is growing up in that environment of, no, like, and my dad's like a softie. My dad's such a sweetheart. I think that like, it was a good environment where I didn't, there was no like, none of the toxic masculinity stuff. It was very healthy.
Yeah, love that. And you know what? I feel like that helps nurture a creative soul. You're a songwriter, you got all this stuff going on, you're a phenomenal actor, you play all these instruments, like I see your guitar in the back, like you got everything's right there, like just and the keyboard and everything, like
you're in your own band.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's just really cool to see that and to see you kind of succeeding at this age, and this show is so awesome, and we're so excited to continue continue watching it.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I'm so excited for people to see it, and that's the real truth. Is that like I literally I can't do it as much now because of all the rules because of COVID, but any given moment when I'm not on set, I will stick around and just stay at the monitor and like watch, and like I am such a fan of this show, and I love it too. And I love watching everyone else in the cast. And I think that season 2 has got so much so much gold that I'm so excited for people to see. I cannot wait. Yeah.
We can't wait.
We're really excited. And is there any like upcoming projects besides High School Musical, the musical that you're working on? Or are you just waiting this out? Or
you got your music career?
Yeah. The music career.
Yeah. I mean, one of the great things about this quarantine for me has been that it's given me the time to really like hone in on my songwriting, hone in on my producing, hone in on all that stuff. And so I do have my debut EP coming out. I can't say when yet, but I'm announcing it very, very soon. So stay tuned. But it's coming very soon. Again, I can't give any information away, but I'm so proud of this body of work, and I'm just so excited to finally get it out. And a lot of people who follow me on Instagram will like recognize some of the songs and I think that'll actually be kind of cool to see the evolution from like as soon as I write them, I'll like make a little video and put it on Instagram and like to see how it's all kind of like fully formed out. But yes, lots of music coming, and I'm already working on my next project, and I'm so stoked about that too. So yes, lots to come. I can't say anything about it. I'm sorry, but
totally fine.
We're used to it. That's
totally
really
fine.
cool.
Yeah. But people just like to hear that there's stuff coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell everyone where they can follow you though, so everyone can keep up and know when this EP is coming out.
I'm glad you asked. On almost, I think every social media platform is just Joshua T. Bassett. I couldn't get Joshua Bassett, unfortunately. But I'm sure if you just look at my name, you'll find me. But yeah, that's my Instagram is probably the best place. That's the most like up to date one where I have all my information at. So yeah, that's the place to go.
Love it. Everybody give Joshua a follow. Make sure you're staying up to date. Also, can't wait for the holiday special and the second season of High School Musical, the musical series. Thank you so much for joining our show. Everyone tune into the holiday special, December 11th. Thank you again, Joshua.
Thank you guys. I really love your energy and everything. I appreciate it. You guys so much.
Good. And my dog says goodbye as well.
Oh, bye-bye.
She's been sitting like this whole time.
Oh, what a sweetheart. Oh, my God.
Right. Oh, man.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you having me. Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Peace out, guys.
All right. That wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Just a reminder that episodes now can be streamed on YouTube at the Chicks in the Office YouTube page, so you can subscribe and watch there. Everybody, thank you for listening. We hope you have a fantastic week, and we'll talk to you again for the Bachelorette recap on Wednesday. Love you guys. Bye.